You know, they've been labeled as lazy, entitled, and difficult to work with, but could it be that Gen Z is actually just misunderstood?
Well, Kat Walsh joins us now to showcase how to best manage Gen Z in the workplace. Kat, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So you're saying, hey, they are not difficult. They are not lazy.
Well, I'm not saying they aren't difficult. There are some there are some things that we need to work out. But no, I don't. You know, I don't. I find it very difficult to classify a whole population of people by a demographic like age. So if I think of it as a bell curve, and if you slice off the front and the back, what you have in that middle section, they're really smart. They're really motivated. They're curious. They're really innovative, and they just think a little differently than we did. When we were, when I started my career was at the center of everything.
Yeah.
You aligned your work and where you worked, when you had babies, with your career. And, remember back in the 80s, they used to use the term having it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very few people did. They weren't getting financial stability and great, robust careers and managing their family well. Very few people did. And women and people of color, even fewer of them made it. So Gen Z is saying, they didn't do a very good job. Let's try something new.
Yeah, and we hear on social media a lot about quiet quitting and that there's just no loyalty to the organizations that, like, when we were coming up, you work your hardest for your company because you want your company to see that you're doing great and that you can be advancing in that company. And it doesn't feel like that's part of that generation's ethos.
Yeah, there's a couple of things to that. First of all, there's some quirks with our hiring. We hire using software that maps keywords on a resume to a job description, and they're not soft skills and they're not personal attributes. And so I'll give you an example. If in 2024, 50% of Gen Z, 50% of the outcoming graduates will, no matter what their degree is, they're going to go into sales. And of those, 60% of those will fail in the first year. So, and we know the skills that are required for a good sales job. It's good to be competitive. It's good to have resilience. But those aren't necessarily the same skills that a humanities major has or a sociology major has. So there's a problem in the way that we're hiring, and also they leave because they're not engaged. 84% of Gen Z believes that learning and development is as important or more important than a title or a promotion. So they really want to be engaged. And if you do engage them, they will be loyal. They will be loyal and they'll be committed to really doing a very, very good job for you.
So if you have somebody who's watching that says works with a 25-year-old, let's say, and just they don't take it seriously. They're not doing the hard work. When I was young, I went to work every day at this time. I didn't go home till now. Well, they're looking for more work-life balance. So you're saying just engage them more?
I say, first of all, communicate with them more.
Yeah.
Because what one person means when they say, I want to be engaged and I want to have career development is completely different than somebody else. What isn't going to work in the future is just blanketing the whole entire workforce with the same programming across. So it begins with communication.
It seems like the generations, Gen X, millennials, everybody works a little bit different.
Yeah.
And whether you're a boss or a coworker, it's finding what gets that person excited.
Yeah.
That people really have to figure out.
Yeah, and it can be done now with technology and with individual career development plans. It can be done much easier than it could have back in, when I was first starting out.
That's what I feel like a lot of the issues that we hear, at least on social media and from people, it's all about when I started out, like we were talking about. But you're saying even just continual improvement of policies in the workplace.
Yes, it takes a long time. Paternity leave, that started in very late 1990s. Or maybe early 2000s. We're not even sure.
And some just are adopting and still haven't. Yeah.
Only 30% of organizations have adopted paternity leave. It takes a really long time, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't make progress toward. And Gen Z is looking for progress. They're not looking for all the answers right now, but they want to know that you're trying. We all do, right? I mean, we all want to know that somebody's trying on our behalf and wants us to be doing our best.
I think a lot of it comes down to like workloads. Like what I consider a lot of work and what someone else might consider a lot of work are two very different things. How do you manage those perceptions amongst employees too?
Well, that now is going into management.
Okay.
And management is another, a separate but equally as important issue. And management, we need to understand where the gaps in their skills and attributes are as well. Gen Z in particular wants to be managed for things like mental well-being. I was in the green room and listened to two things while I was waiting. One was Denzel Washington's commencement speech where he said, take risks, but don't be afraid to fail. And then was it the aggressive generation? Is that what it was called? Or no, the anxious generation, generation. And that's, those are two very true things. We've taught them to want to take so many risks, and what the outcome is of that is they're very, very anxious. And so now we have that to work with, and we need to figure it out. 27% of the workforce in 2025 is going to be Gen Z, and it's only going to go up from there.
Wow. So much to think about.
Thank you, Kat.
I'm glad I'm not a boss.
Yeah, me too.
Kat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.